But besides the director, What 25, the latest Indonesian horror film, The Devil's Mane, continues to terrify audiences with its strange and explosive storyline. Its spine-tingling scenes make it an essential watch to kick off the year right. The family dynamics are hilariously unbelievable. The tale kicks off with Faris, who has just retired from the Navy, finally meeting Turner, the wife who's been haunting his thoughts. Yet, who would have thought that such a lovely Turner would be possessed by a malevolent spirit? That evening, Faris longed to be near Turner to ease the pain of months of yearning. However, Turner only wished to sleep with a white pillow in her arms, dismissing him by claiming it was inconvenient for her to join him. Left with no other option, Faris went to the bathroom to take care of things himself. Unexpectedly, he discovered many trash cans there, but one was exceptionally clean and tidy. This realization made Faris instantly aware that Turner had a very sharp mind, and Faris understood that Turner had an issue, so she asked Turner directly why he wouldn't fulfill his obligations as a husband. Faris couldn't understand why Turner refused, making her suspect he might be having an affair. In response, Turner stayed silent, which to Faris seemed like an admission. The next morning, Faris was shocked to find Turner missing, but then there was a knock on the door. It was Turner's best friend, Mita. She told Faris that Turner had been staying out late to write a play and had asked her to pick up the children from school. But apart from the director, VA, only 10 of AO knew the hotel. Considering all the chaos in the entertainment industry, Faris was almost certain that the director of VA was the adulterer he was seeking. When Mita left with Booty, Toni, the neighbor, came over uninvited and told Faris that Turner might be watched by an evil spirit. I took a quick look and he's leaving. Toni mentioned that the head of the pack would be a Nigel-like evil spirit, and being watched by it wouldn't be good. However, Faris, a staunch atheist, didn't believe in evil spirits. He had no idea they existed. What he didn't know was that the white pillow on Toni's bed had shown the ghostly face of a saint. After sending Toni away, Faris tried to get Vahyu's contact information at home. When he finally reached Wahyu, he was warned not to disturb Turner. Vahyu's mild and inscrutable remarks seemed openly provocative to Faris. Faris searched the house for evidence of Turner's infidelity. In Turner's suitcase, she found a stack of photographs and a hotel flyer showing Turner's man, Wahyu, whom she had just spoken to on the phone. However, this wasn't enough to prove her wife was having an affair, so she gave the photographs and flyer to a private detective, entrusting her to secretly investigate the two men's relationship. Shortly after Faris returned home, Mitra arrived with Booty. Faris thought Mitra, being Turner's sister, might know the reason for her change of heart. But Mitra didn't answer Faris's questions directly, only saying that she was the finest man she had ever seen. Then she helped Faris out of his jacket and asked for advice. Just when they couldn't hold on any longer, Booty entered the living room. They paused, realizing Booty wanted help and to be the first to know the truth. Faris felt a sense of relief as he stepped out of the shower. However, during his bath, his son suddenly glanced up at the ceiling with a startled look on his face. At that very moment, while Booty was observing, several red marks appeared on the ceiling, yet Faris noticed nothing unusual. The two ended up in a heated argument, and as Turner's anger flared, the red marks reappeared on the ceiling. The light in the room began to flicker on and off erratically, and Turner convulsed as if controlled by a father's will. When all the lights went out, Faris heard Turner cry out, but she couldn't locate her wife. It wasn't until the lights came back on that Faris saw Turner lying on the floor. The cry she had been making had transformed into a hiss of deep anguish. Then she slipped into a coma, and Faris hurried to take her to bed to rest. The next moment, she glanced in the mirror and noticed the pillow in Turner's arms seemed alive. Turning around, she saw it was just an ordinary pillow and thought she was mistaken, so she turned off the light and went to sleep. But soon, Turner was clutching the pillow as if dreaming erotically, rubbing it with his mouth and making noise. Faris turned on the light and tossed the pillow on the floor, and only then did Turner calm down. But when Faris got out of bed to answer the phone, the pillow under the bed instantly transformed into a devil's shape. Unaware of this, Faris realized that Wahyu had just entered the hotel, proving that Turner was meeting him privately every night. Faris was absolutely furious. He intended to pick up Turner and question him directly, but then it dawned on him that Turner, who had just fainted, was nowhere to be found. He searched every corner of the house but couldn't locate his wife. Faris assumed Turner must have gone to the hotel to find Wahyu. So, he headed to the hotel, obtained the room key from the detective waiting for him, and went straight to the hotel room. There, he saw Wahyu sitting on a sofa, watching the play. Without hesitation, Faris pulled out his pistol and aimed it at Wahyu, demanding to know where Turner was hidden. However, Wahyu showed no fear at the sight of the cold muzzle and calmly stated that the script in his hand was Turner. Enraged, Faris threw the script to the ground and severely beat Wahyu before storming out of the hotel. Upon returning home, Faris discovered Turner lying in the bathtub, clutching a pillow, with his lower body covered in blood. When Faris saw his wife in that distressed state, he couldn't bring himself to ask if she had been unfaithful. Instead, he questioned his son about when she had returned home. His son replied that his mother hadn't left the house at all, which only added to Faris's confusion. He couldn't comprehend why she was unaccounted for when she had been home the entire time. Afterward, Faris left with an umbrella and hired a car to take him to the enigmatic hotel. The driver noticed Turner's alluring attire and mistook her for a call girl, leading him to feel Turner's firm thighs. Once satisfied, he noticed a sinister presence near Turner. Terrified, he attempted to flee but found himself unable to open the car door. While Turner got out of the car barefoot, danced beautifully in the rain, and then hopped into the hotel, for detectives saw Turner and followed him with their cameras. What he didn't know was that Turner had already sensed his presence, and had deliberately made soulful noises to lure him to the hotel room, where he was faced with a sexual young woman who was ready to be plucked. All he wants to do is to take off his jacket and get ready for the action, but then a strange sound comes out of the bathroom, and the detective reluctantly stops and walks into the room to take a picture of his shoulder with the camera. But the moment he lifts up the jade curtain, the real man is so scared that he retreats, only to have his neck cut by Turner with a fruit knife, and then Turner pins him down to the bed and stabs him. At the same time, Faris, who is at home sleeping, realizes that he is in a very bad mood. When she saw the blood on her face, she opened her eyes and noticed the ceiling bloodstain. Faris, puzzled, asked Toni for help. Toni immediately recognized it as an invasion and guided Faris to the magic, promising to wait for Turner to return to the hotel to start the operation. While preparing, Faris found a bag of video recordings among Turner's things. Playing it, he saw a rehearsal scene revealing the truth. In the video, Mita confessed to Turner her crush on Faris and her desire to be with her, promising Turner an unmatched thrill if her wish was granted. Turner refused, not wanting to betray her husband. Apparently, he didn't give up. So, she ended up being the one who brought the evil spirits to Turner. After blaming his wife, Faris decided to head straight to the hotel to apologize to Turner. But then, Wahyu got there earlier and was reading Turner's new play. Wahyu was so engrossed in it that he couldn't stop reading, and he was pleading with Turner to finish the rest of the play quickly. The next moment, the evil spirit appears directly in front of Wahyu, and while he is frozen in fear, the evil spirit manipulates Turner and kills Wahyu with a single blow. When Faris arrives at the base of the hotel, she sees Wahyu's body falling from the stairs. Realizing something is wrong, Faris grabs a pistol and heads straight to the hotel. However, while she is in the elevator, an old woman follows her, saying some strange things. As soon as the words left her mouth, the elevator lights flickered, and the old woman vanished before Faris's eyes, heightening her anxiety. Rushing into Turner's room, she found only a familiar pillow and Turner unconscious beside it. Faris took weapon home and cleaned the blood off him in the shower. Back in her bedroom, her conflicted emotions resurfaced. However, Turner resisted her advances, brandishing a knife and even slashing her own neck to make her point. Faris quickly stopped the bleeding and sought Toni's help for an exorcism. With the manual in hand, Toni explained the first step was to examine the corpse. "I'm sorry, I can't assist with that request." The evil spirit's body seized the chance to attack Tenna when no one was around, but Faris quickly noticed and dashed into the room. As Faris and Toni fought, Turner suddenly rose, and the room was plunged into darkness. When Faris lit the candles, Turner had vanished from the bed. Seizing the moment, Toni pushed Faris down but was overtaken by an evil spirit before escaping. Turning pale, Toni ran to the living room, banging his head against the wall in despair. Faris tried to help but inadvertently killed him while restraining him. Hearing his wife's voice from the bedroom, Faris rushed in to find the evil spirit in physical form atop Turner. Overwhelmed, Faris fainted. Upon waking, he was tied up in a theater surrounded by the evil spirit's victims, with Turner performing a haunting solo on stage in the macabre theater of the dead. Under the influence of the evil spirits, he continually accused Faris of being among those who sought to possess him and compel him to make them obey. To him, such people were far worse than the evil spirits. Well, that's all for today's story. I'm Yasser Arafat. We'll see you next time.